my channel, Halen Red ASMR, just because my favorite color is red, and I technically, like, I dye my hair red. I'm not a natural redhead. I know for a fact that it gets on, like, natural redheads' nerves when, like people who aren't natural redheads, like, dye their hair red and then, like, claim to be a redhead. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying I personally, like, love red so much. Like, you will probably never in your life meet someone who is more obsessed with red than me. So I just thought it kind of sounded good together and, had a meaning that made sense. My name is Haley, Lynn. So Halen is a combination of my first and last name. Yeah. So I have been watching ASMR for, I'd say, about 3.5 years. I've been watching ASMR since I pretty much just turned 15, and I am 18 and a half now, so it has been a good 3.5 years. I'm aware this one eyebrow is bigger than the other. If it's annoying you, I apologize. It's annoying me too, having to look at it this whole time. But anyway, yeah, I have been watching ASMR for a long time, and I actually discovered ASMR on accident, technically. It depends on how you look at it, but I say I technically discovered it on accident because I was watching a makeup tutorial from a long time ago, and this girl had, like, a really relaxing voice, and I thought I was insane for watching the same video over and over again because I found her voice relaxing. And I remember, like, somehow I ended up discovering inaudible whispering, because of that video, but I don't think I caught on that it was ASMR until, like, I had watched a couple videos. And I remember when I actually started watching ASMR and knowing, like, that I was watching ASMR, I didn't really at first know what anybody meant by triggers. Like, I thought that meant trigger warning, and then I started to think that meant that they were trying to, like, trigger people on purpose, and I thought, okay, this is disturbing. The world is getting way more messed up, which it is, as everybody knows that, but that wasn't what it was. Triggers, ASMR triggers, it's basically just, the sounds that you make to trigger your ASMR, which ASMR stands for, I can't remember if it's autonomous or autonom. I am bad with pronouncing things. Oh, I think it's autonomous or anonymous sensory meridian response. Anonymous sensory meridian response. It's basically just, like, something that happens in your brain that causes you to get, like, a tingling sensation it's not really helping defend that they're not doing something sexual, if that makes sense, because ASMR is not something sexual. It can be used in the wrong ways, just like anything can be. We live in a very over-sexualized generation, but that doesn't mean that an entire broad category of something is inappropriate. It just means that people can make it sinus. I don't think there's such a word as a sinus migraine, but it's like a migraine that I can feel in my nose. Nose. Even if I'm like out in the cold for like 5 minutes, I will get a really bad sinus headache, and if any longer than that, I'll get like a migraine. Or like a really severe headache. One of the two. But like, I love the cold, but I can't personally spend a lot of time in the cold anymore because you can like go to a different channel. There's plenty of other ASMR artists that don't have a lisp. I don't really think it's necessary for you to leave hate on my channel if you don't like the way I whisper, because I'm not making you watch my videos. So I would appreciate if, you know, you're annoyed by the way I talk, if you could keep your hate to yourself, because I'm not going to respond to it either way. I just don't see a point in it. I've watched a lot of Dr. Phil in my life, and ASMR.